Hi everyone and welcome back. For those of you that are new, my name is Loida and I am a real estate agent in Southern California with Team BC at eXp Realty. A lot of the content that you can find on my channel is mostly for those of you that are interested in becoming real estate agents, or maybe those that are already real estate agents and have been in the business for a long time but are just not seeing that type of success. So you can find videos on cold calling, prospecting, and everything in between. Now, in this video, I will be sharing with you 6 tips of things that you can do this year to be a successful real estate agent. So definitely stay tuned. So let's begin. The first and extremely important thing that you need to do is to have a set schedule. Know what days you're working, what hours you're working, how long you're going to be working for, and everything in between. Many real estate agents think that they just have to prospect, but they don't know when to prospect. Are you going to prospect in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? Are you going to work part-time? Are you going to work full-time? All of these are questions that you have to answer. I can't answer them for you, but what I can tell you is I can tell you the schedule that works for me and what I do. So for me, my schedule is that I prospect every day, Monday through Friday, from 8 until around 11:30 in the morning. And that type of prospecting is either on the phones or at the doors. This might be different for you, but I'm just again giving you an example. In the afternoon, that's usually when I set time aside for administrative work, for sending out newsletters, emails, answering questions, doing follow-up calls, going on appointments. Again, this is in the afternoon. And then in the evening is usually when I'll try and hit the phones again, maybe after 4 o'clock, to catch any people that are getting off of work. Now, this is just an example. This is not my complete schedule, but you're kind of seeing what I'm talking about in regards to your schedule. Whether it's Monday through Friday or whether it's weekends if you have another job, know exactly what days you're going to work and what you're going to be doing every single hour of the days that you are going to work. This will allow you to be extremely productive and hopefully allow you to reach the goals that you have set for yourself. The second most important thing that you need to do is to write down your goals. These are goals for the year, for the month, for the week, down to the day. You need to know exactly how many calls you're going to make, how many leads you want to get, how many appointments you want to go on, how many listings you want to take, how many buyers do you want to get under contract, how many transactions do you want to close each month. These are just some examples, and you have to be very specific. That way you know what it's going to take to reach these goals. And it doesn't just have to be real estate goals, but also write down your goals for yourself, for your personal life, for your family. Because once you have these written down, that's also going to push you to want to work harder so that you can accomplish these goals. For example, for me, it's to travel and go places with my mom. So of course I have pictures of the places that we want to travel, and I know how much it's going to cost to travel to these places. So for me, that motivates me to stay on the phones, even though I might get people that are really annoyed or that cuss me out. I know I have to keep on pushing through because I have these goals and commitments that I have to meet. Now, the third thing that's going to help you be successful this year is knowing your scripts. Now, there's a lot of scripts out there. There's free scripts, there's paid scripts. Whatever scripts you do decide to use, just pick one and stick to it. The ones that I learned myself and what I started on was Mike Ferry scripts and Kevin Ward. You can find these online, you can buy the books. Just pick one and stick to it and know it very well. Every script is different in the way that they speak to the potential customer or how they come across, but the whole point is for you to know exactly what to say and then make it your own. I have practiced all of these scripts, whether they're for sale by owner, they're expires, just listed, just sold, or even for circle prospecting. I have studied them so much that I know them backwards and forwards, to the point that if I'm talking to somebody, they don't know that I'm using a script, just because I sound so conversational, because I have used it so many times and I have memorized every single word and know exactly what to say and when to say it. The point of scripts is to kind of give you a guideline of questions to ask when you're out. You never know, you might be at a grocery store, you hear the person in front of you saying that they're interested in buying a home, but they don't know what to do. At that point, are you ready to ask all of the pre-qualifying questions to see if that person is indeed a lead that you can convert eventually? These are all things that are important when it comes to knowing your scripts. So again, this is the third most important point: know your scripts. And number 4, which also goes along with number 3, is role playing. And what are you going to role play? You're going to role play the scripts, the different scenarios, the objections, know how to objection handle. So when I first got into the business, I remember my first year, I had always been told about role playing, and I thought, well, you know, I already know my scripts. Why do I have to role play? That just sounds silly and it's kind of weird and awkward. Like, I don't want to do it. So I remember I got my license around June, and it wasn't until October or November of that year that I actually got some role play partners, and I saw a huge difference in the way that I would call people, or even at the door. It was kind of like a boost of confidence that I got from role playing. And you're probably wondering, well, what do you mean, Loida? You see, what I was role playing was obviously different scenarios. So at that time, and which is something that I still do, is that I focus a lot on expired listings. So I was cold calling a lot of these expireds, and you get all type of people on the phone. Some are angry, some are happy, some are sad, some are excited. Some will tell you, why are you calling me? Some of them will tell you, you know what, I need to sell, can you help me? And role playing with other agents allowed me to practice these different scenarios. And it got to the point that sometimes after I would role play, I would hop on the phones and I would hear the exact same thing that I just role played, and I was able to set appointments and eventually take some listings. So when it comes to role playing, some of the places that I can recommend for you to find role play partners: first, start out at your office. See if there are any other agents that want to role play the scripts and the objection handlers. That's ultimately what's going to take you to the next level, from being an average agent to a top producing agent in your field and in your area. So role playing. So yeah, go to your office, see if there are any agents there. Nowadays, there's also so many groups on Facebook that you can probably just go on one of these real estate groups and see if anyone is looking to role play. When I first started role playing, I would role play for 30 minutes every day from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. And this was a very military style of training that I did, just because I knew that if I wanted to be successful, I had to stick to my schedule, and role playing was the very first thing. So from 7:30 to 8 was role playing, and at 8 o'clock is when I would start the expired cold calls and do all of my prospecting. So yeah, role playing, definitely something that has to be on your list for this year. Number 5, and this is something that's really important, that's going to help you stand out when it comes to talking to people so that they see you are a very knowledgeable agent, and that is knowing your market. You can easily go on your multiple listing services and see how many homes have sold, what the average days on market is, what the average price point is. All of this information is very important for you to know, because again, you never know where you're going to be, and somebody might ask you, well, hey, do you know what home prices are currently in my area, or how's the inventory? There is a great application, it's called InfoSparks. I'm pretty sure that many of you have access to it if you are a licensed agent. It comes with the fees that you pay for your MLS and NAR and all of those. You can probably Google it, InfoSparks, and that platform right there, it gives you so many different charts with prices. You can see how many homes sold in the last 3 years, in the last 5 years, and this year alone. So again, there are a lot of resources out there where you can get all of this crucial information, and it's just like data and statistics so that you know exactly what's going on, so that you again seem knowledgeable whether you're talking to somebody on the phone or you go door knock a neighborhood. And the last and most important thing that will help you this year is to improve on your communication skills. Maybe you are already a good speaker, but chances are that a lot of us were not naturally born Tony Robbins type of speakers. So there's some type of level and some things that we need to do in order to improve. I can tell you for myself that when I first started doing videos, and you can probably look look back at them, I was horrible. I would run out of breath. I would use a lot of filler words like and these are things that I started to cut out of my vocabulary when I started doing videos and talking to people. It makes you come across more professional, and in a way it makes people actually want to speak to you because you're not speaking at like a high school or middle school grade level, if that makes sense. One of the great things out there is Toastmasters, so I highly recommend that. And that's it for this video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed every single tip that I have given you. Again, these are all things that I have done myself that have helped me, and that's why I'm sharing them with you. If there are any other tips that you have, please leave them in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and share it with another agent as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one.